Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Cut. 120. Check right 54. Right 54. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
14.
This is Jerick McKinnon, who missed the entire 2018 campaign. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants move.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Snags it for the pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now it's Haskins. And this is caught at the 8. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. Space to maneuver at the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. The throw over the middle taken in. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
This is the tight end Fant.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Yurrppp McKinnon. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Again has it complete. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Mike 57.
Now Haskins on first down. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ted Ginn, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. Out of the gun, Goff. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Goff. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Parker unable to get that one.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Corey Legion.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Let's go. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
2nd down, Haskins. This is caught by Gill. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Check 50, check 50. Hustle, hustle.
Haskins on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Lutz good on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
There you go. Super one, turbo set.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff finds his tight end Ingram. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And it's caught by Parker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We're going to
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, it's gone. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Second down, McKinnon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Check. Watch 54.
Now Goff on first down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
He's coming. Double up. Now you run. 12.
Here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
On first down, it's Haskins. To the right side and complete to Hurst. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 43 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. on second down. It's Coleman, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Third down. Here's Haskins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Going for Metcalf. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now Haskins to throw it. Flush to his right. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Check out, squeeze, under crunch.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Darren Lee, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Haskins to throw. He sets to fire deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Being chased out left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 47. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32, 30, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
You can't stop me. Cut. 20. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Maverick. Hey, shell.
3rd and long. It's gone. And Ingram hauls it in. That one good for 24 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now gone. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. It's a screen to Richard. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
Hey, Foxtrot. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They're going to go for it. It's gone. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. Goff now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Gone. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line.
5.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lorenzo Carter. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Back to throw. Goff. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeForest Buckner, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Goff now to throw. He's going to let one go, and that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 49 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. To throw is Goff. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Goff now looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. That's complete to Richard, the running back. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Five.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. DeForest Buckner, and this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Check. Lucky.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Haskins now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Miles Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st down, Goff going for it all. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Taylor Gabriel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals gain a bit of respectability. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darren Lee drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On 1st down, Coleman. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Haskins going to try to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Derek Wolfe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Around the NFL, 4th quarter right now in Atlanta. And the Falcons have wound up winning that football game. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how... Poorly, everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Here's Hill. Now, well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Hill, eluding the pressure, and he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And the Browns were able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
We're all about the numbers, aren't we?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 25 yards that time. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go. X3. 218. Chop. Line 54. Rabbit. Right. Rabbit. Bravo. 54 is Mike. Check. Right up. 54. Double up 3. Double up 3. Play on top G. Double up 3. Defense.
And they'll get this down to the 10. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well.